Yes or no? Okay, we can hear you now. Well, it's been a while, so I don't know how technology works anymore. So this is my excuse for the day, and I will stick to that. How are y'all doing? I'm so glad, Matt, ESC United, your favorite Eurovision channel. And yes, I've been away and forgot how to use microphones clearly. So it is wonderful to be back, and there's a lot to talk about, and I need your help. I have been gone for a little while, and I'll go into that in just a moment. But and what we'll do today is I wouldn't say completely, but almost completely out of the loop. The last 5 months or so, I have not been in the Eurovision world at all, and I need to catch up. And I deliberately didn't do that yesterday. I stayed away from everything so we can do this together. You need to tell me the little details in just a moment as I'm going through this and see what's going on. And I will react. How does that sound? I don't know how much has changed or the updates, but we'll find out together, shall we? And we're going to have a lot of fun doing this. And then starting next week, we'll also have our guests back. Sean, of course, Roy, all of the good ones, that you hopefully still love and cherish. And we'll do all of that. And we're going to dive into that right here in just a moment. I just want to take 1 or 2 minutes. I don't want to spend too much time on this because we're here to have fun and enjoy ourselves and talk about the stuff that we love the most. But I got a lot of comments on other videos as well as on social media where I've been. You probably have watched my video that I posted a few days ago that I had some situations. I don't want to elaborate on it. I just want to give a little bit more context so that I want to be as at least somewhat transparent about this. It's because I don't like to talk about my personal life a whole lot. That is not really what we do here. But yes, so I had some sickness going on. It was physical. And then it took a little while for me to get over it. The good news is, first of all, before you get all nervous, I'm fine. I'm good. We good. So you can relax. I appreciate your concern, though. But basically, what happens once I got sick, and I've never been through that before, and it took me a while to really, really understand and accept the fact that I was suffering from some depression. And once again, relax. It's not as severe as it always sounds when you say it. It's still serious enough to pay attention to. It's not clinical depression in any shape or form. It is more of a situational depression, which the treatment and all of that stuff can be very different because it can range from just a few days to something that can really, really get out of control. So that's basically kind of where I ended up in this thing, and I didn't recognize it because I've never had to deal with that kind of situation before, and it took me forever to realize what I am going through and accept the diagnosis. And it goes to once you're sick and your physical health is kind of like meh, and then you get into this place where you get really depressed and you don't even know, but it comes into you have zero energy. Like just getting off the couch was a chore for me. Like just grabbing a blanket because I'm cold was too much. And I thought at first it was like that I had the chronic fatigue syndrome or anything like that. But no, it was really just my body shutting down on me. So it was really, really odd. And I just kind of just played along with it for the longest time, not really understanding what was going on. And then it took me forever until recently, actually, to just accept the reality and take care of myself. And I am at a place now where I'm good. And I said it on Twitter. Not sure if you follow me, but basically, Matt ESC United on Twitter. I said, it's usually 2 steps forwards, 1 step back. I am already at the 90% mark, I will say. But I had to take care of myself first. And it's still a little bit of a road. Mostly I have to lose a lot of weight. I gained so much weight because, when I get to this place, well, I blew up anyway after the medication. And then, all I do is sit and eat. So that was not good. But now it's more the mental health for me as well, making sure that I exercise, that I get social interactions and all of that stuff. It sounds, I wouldn't say call it petty because I want to downplay, but it certainly sounds like something that can easily be done. But it's always a pretty tricky first few steps. So I am okay. I am excited to do this again. But yeah, this is what happened with me over the last few months, and I just wanted to address it at least. And I am on the road to recovery. So yeah, If you have any questions, of course, you can always ask. I'm happy to do talk about this. The point is now I just need to really get into the groove again. And of course, my health will always come first. If there's anything, by all means, I will have to take care of it. I get it. And that's there is to it. So, but that is where we're at. Now we can talk about Eurovision. So, and that is what we're here for, right? And as I pointed out, since I was really out of it, for the most part, I don't know what's going on. Now, I know a few things. I didn't live under a rock, and I briefly talked about a few things on Twitter. I know where we're going. I know the countries that are taking part, but that's about it. And I will actually go for the news here right now on Wikipedia, and then you can even fill me in on the details on what I'm missing in the chat. So I will react to it. And I saw a few comments before. Always leave your comments in the chat on YouTube, and I will address them where I can. As always, make sure to send your questions or comments at ESC United so that I can see them in the chat, and I know they're not just chit chat amongst the people of you. And I know one question will come up. What I will do, I took today off from work actually, which is nice because it's still early here. It's 10 o'clock. I will do Junior Eurovision today. So I will listen to the songs, will my reaction videos, and we'll post them in the very near future. Maybe even starting tomorrow, depending on how quickly I can get them edited and up and all of that stuff. But I will record a lot of them today. So that is the first thing. So let me see if I know how to do this. I'm still using this software that I'm not quite as familiar with. But I want us to, I'm just going to read it. I will, oops, wrong button. I will actually read Wikipedia, and then you tell me how I will share my thoughts because I don't know what's going on. And then just briefly the overall news, and then we're going to look at the details at the countries real quick. How does that sound? And then we'll go from there. So don't spoil it for me just yet in the chat. We'll go for each country. All right. And but first, let me take a look at the overall news. I have it here on the screen. So, of course, I'm not going to read everything because, Eurovision 66th edition, blah, 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 blah. Okay, here we go. Hosted in Turin, Italy, as pointed out. I knew that it was going to be in Turin. I don't know anything about the bidding process, so maybe there's more on here in the article as well. If you want to follow along, by all means, go to Wikipedia Eurovision 2022 article, and then you'll see that. It's the third time that Italy will host the contest. I knew that, as well as the EBU event held in the country since, whatever. A total of 41 countries will take part in the contest, including Armenia and Montenegro, which will return after an absence from the previous edition. I was aware of that as well. So I do know a few things. So I did see that actually happened. In terms of the location, it will be in Turin. I know all of that. The Pala Olimpico. I have not looked up where it is, what it's about, and all of that stuff. So it's an arena. It's probably a good-sized arena. We'll all fit in there. It'll be fine. Preparations started immediately after the victory. Martin Osterdahl handed the RAI, the Italian participating broadcaster, a stack of documents, the USB drive. That is always part of the tradition. Nothing crazy. So it talks about the bidding phase, and I don't know much about the bidding phase. I'm not going to read for all of that because it's a little boring, and it's outdated to a lot of you, but not to me. But they talk about all these cities, and as I'm scrolling down, oh, that's a lot of cities that bid on it, right? I assuming these are all countries that bid on it. Oh, 17, I think. Am I counting that right? And everything in green are shortlisted. So I want to, know we're going to Turin, but I don't know which countries are shortlisted. And I see Bologna. Bologna was, so Bologna was shortlisted. Host annually more than, okay. So I would have loved to go to Bologna. That would have been cool. Oh man, that's a bummer because Bologna is not that far from San Marino, and that's like a dream of mine to go to San Marino. So that is a pleasant surprise, but I mean, it didn't matter because I didn't win. But yeah, so that is what happened. Milan, I actually thought, excuse me, Milan is the city that I would have picked early on in terms of like my prediction. I would have predicted Milan to win this thing, but they didn't. So I'm not surprised to see them shortlisted as well. Pizarro. Wait a second. Okay, I'm an American now, so I'm allowed to be really bad at geography. But I know Pizarro isn't Pizarro just right around the corner from San Marino as well, like right at the coast. How big is Pizarro? I don't even know. Um, Let me look that up. I did not. Um, Somebody says Bologna was the runner-up to Turin. Oh, I would have loved nothing against Turin, of course. So it's 95,000 Pizarro. So I didn't. So it's fairly small for a hosting city, at least that is. So that is a surprise. I didn't think they would be. And then the next Rimini. Oh no! Oh, I would have loved that. Oh no. Bologna and Rimini were in the running. Bologna, from what I'm reading in the chat, was the runner-up to Turin. Y'all in there, let me know, what is there a reason why they decided on Turin? Here's the thing with Turin. I mean, I've never been, so I cannot really speak to it. I always wanted to go to like that part where Bologna and Rimini, they're not that far away from each other, right? That part of the country I really wanted to explore. Now, Turin is a little bit out of the way, for the lack of a better word. So that is the unfortunate part, but I've always wanted to see it, so I'm cool with that. And at least in Turin, I am stuck and just focus on Eurovision, which there's a very little distraction from that, because often when I travel, I was like, oh, when I'm in Israel and Tel Aviv, I can see Jerusalem, I can go here, I can go to the Black Sea, that's just me. I love to travel. There, I feel like, okay, I'm here in Turin. I know Milan isn't that far, and there's still stuff to see and all of that stuff. I get that. But you're kind of there. So in the end, I'm cool with Turin. But man, I would have loved to go to Bologna. Darn it. Oh, I shouldn't have looked at this. Now I'm bummed out. No, it's fine. So Bologna, Rimini would have been fun. Milan, I mean, Milan is like a cool city as well, of course. Pizarro, I don't know anything about. I mean, except for the little bits and pieces I just told you. And Matt, it said Pizarro. Pizarro. Okay, sorry. Still learning about that. Jella officially saying, I've been to Turin. It's not the most beautiful city in Italy. I can't speak to that. I need to do some research on that. And Federico is saying, Turin Arena is in a very good position compared to the others. Both Bologna and Milan ones are out of the city. Also, Turin was the only big city with a free venue for the whole period. Well, then, if it's the only one who has a venue for the entire period, then they win by default. I mean, you cannot just like leave or like be there late for the event. So yeah, then it makes perfect sense. Now, just to go back to beginning from what I said about my situation, at this point, sadly, it's 50-50 at this point. I don't know whether or not I'll be able to go to Italy. I'm still hoping yes, but I have to see how I'm going to be like come May, and even the whole COVID thing. That's a different story. But I'm hoping, but I just want to give you the early disclaimer. I don't know exactly what's going on. So yes, now the thing is, as I point out, Bologna and Rimini is just for personal taste, because it's geographically in a place I really wanted to explore. So I would have been thrilled. At the same time, I can absolutely see how Turin, just organizational and logistically, makes a whole lot more sense, right? I know bits and pieces about it. I have to look at the layout and all of that stuff, but I'm really excited about anyway whether or not I'm going. So plus I'm just happy it's in Italy, and yeah, we'll go from there. Let's take a look at the next thing. So the other side's Eurovision Village is the official fan and sponsors area. We all know that. We didn't have that in Rotterdam, unfortunately. Watch the performances and all of that stuff. It's set to be located at Piazza San Carlo. Okay, I would have to look that up. I don't know if, how, when all of that will pan out again, COVID, and how this will affect all these other things in between. But the fact that they are considering a Eurovision Village is already encouraging. They're still 6 months away or so, so things can change. We don't know where we're going to be, the country, the continent, the world, in terms of the pandemic. So, but that's good to hear that they have something in mind already. In terms of the entries, the Icelandic broadcaster leaked the rules. Oy, 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 oy. Troublemakers, revealing that for the second year in a row, delegations would have the option to use pre-recorded backing vocals. Each delegation could still choose using backup singers, whether on or off stage, or a combination of okay. All lead vocals perform. Okay. So, okay, I wish I wouldn't have read that. When I was in Rotterdam, I did this interview with another Eurovision outlet, and they asked me, is there something that could ever be done or happen to Eurovision that could potentially lose your support? And this is what I said. I am terrified of the thought of them making backup vocals recorded, because now it is really the criticism. I've been a defender of Eurovision for the longest time. I think we all know that. It is very difficult for me to defend it when it's really, at this point, a karaoke contest. And now that the backup vocalists are also recorded, I understood in Rotterdam the situation, but I knew that this was just an excuse, and that makes me mad. That makes me really mad that they used a pandemic to push through a rule that they wanted to implement for a long time. Then just do it. I hate this. I hate this to the nth degree. I'm sure not everyone hates it. Some people are like, well, they can focus more on the dancing. I'm like, this is still a competition. So we going further and further away from the competition aspect and just make it an entertainment show. And this is what I am hating. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And it really bums me out to see that. And yeah, so but I said it before, watch my videos in from Rotterdam. I point out they will keep this. And I still was hoping that I was wrong. But I knew I wasn't. So, but now seeing it confirmed bumps me out. It really bumps me out. So this I will be out there with big signs and flags. I'm like, this is bullshit. And I will continue to be a vocal opponent of that rule, and will call out Martin Oosterdal and the EBU reference group until the cows come home. And I know it's not going to make a difference, but yeah, that pisses me off. So anyway, that is one update, I guess, that I wasn't aware of until now. So this was my honest, live, raw reaction to it. And who says I'm always just nice? I get mad as well. Participating countries. I do know there are 41 of them, and in a moment we'll go for them one by one and to see who has a national final and who doesn't. We know certain countries that are not returning. Turkey didn't return. I knew that. I mean, I expected it. I was kind of secretly hoping, since they were in dialogue with the EBU, that they would return. Didn't happen. Belarus, obviously, I will not even go into the whole political sitch there. But that is obviously makes perfect sense. So yeah, this is, I think I'm all caught up from that aspect, right? If anything, in general terms, not country specific. If I missed anything, please let me know in the chat at ESC United. Something worthy to point out that was not addressed in this summary article on Wikipedia, because I would really, really want to know that. I do see some people agreeing with me. Martin and Ösa, why they're pre-recorded allowed still. It's all about, show visuals. Some I know delegation were like, well, it's cheaper, we cannot afford all of this. I'm like, oh, so you cannot afford the backup singers, but you can afford 5 dancers. Got it. No, don't lie to me. I know exactly what it is. So this will definitely be, I'm not buying that BS. I need to stop cursing today. I think me being sick caused me to be a lot more vulgar, but I'm usually not like that. Sean is saying, obviously, the situation will never change with Belarus until Lushenko is dead at this point, since I'm not sure anyone can take him out. Well, yeah, without going into all that kind of stuff. But I do think, and a similar extent, you can even say that about Turkey and Erdogan without going too much into the political arena. But it is political for these countries why they're not taking part. So I cannot just be like, but I think I can agree with that statement. And but it's a bummer. But putting these two countries aside, I'm still bummed out. I'm always hoping for the little underdogs like Andorra or and Hungary can, by the way, add to that as well. Slovakia, Monaco to return. So that is all very interesting. Okay, so this is what happened there. Saul, give me something here. The American Song Contest winner is very likely to appear at the 2020 contest, according to one of the producers. Smart advertisement, kind of like what they do with the junior one, right? So I don't think that's a bad idea, and I can definitely support that idea. So yeah. So let's take a look at some of the countries. So first of all, I'm going to look at the countries. I see like a couple of them having already selected artists, which is interesting. No songs yet, right? So, and then after those, we're going to look at the ones that I have updates here, and then you can tell me what I'm missing here, right? So first up is Belgium. Belgium already has a singer called Jeremy or Jeremy. I don't know. My French sucks. Makiese. A 21-year-old singer, and he won The Voice. So that is just the most common thing, winning The Voice, X Factor. Those artists often go to represent their countries. So Belgium, after this year's, successful qualification, they stick to their internal selections. I don't know much about him, of course. I have to look at some videos afterwards. If there's anything that I need to know about him, he cited Michael Jackson, Otis Redding, James Brown, Aretha Franklin, some of his inspirations. These are some good inspirational artists. So that is exciting, but I don't know anything about him. So we'll go from that. And the other one I see is Georgia has Circus Mircus. Cute name. So yes, that is a Georgian progressive rock band. So they're staying true to their roots. Just not being very conventional and predictable. Thumbs up from me. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Certainly in terms of qualification, it has not been a great run as of late, but that does not deter them from sending something out of the box. My applause. So the band mostly plays experimental music, mixing numerous genres. Oh, mine. Each representing a life experience and the inner world of each member. That is cool. Of course, the song might suck. And then the band was formed in the end of 2020. 3 local Circus Academy dropouts. Friends left the academy to start their own band. According to a member of the band, the 3 just weren't good enough. The worst in the crew. So let me get this straight. Georgia is sending 3 artists that were just the worst. So therefore, they're going to Eurovision. Am I summarizing this correctly? Oh, that's hilarious. I love you, Georgia. Never change. Never change. That is hilarious. Well, I am curious what they will put forward. So yeah. So this is, I'm caught up, I guess, on the acts. So now, of course, I see there's a good amount of activity, TBDs here in terms of countries. So we'll go for them real quick, right? Because there are so many of them. Albania obviously has the Festivale Ikengis on the 27th, 28th, and 29th of December, 2 semis, 1 final. I do see already a few names on the list here. Those who are familiar with it, again, I'm on Wikipedia. Let me know. You can follow along. Mirud is the name I remember from last year. I recognize some of the names, but I cannot place them. So I know I've heard of Ivi Reki before, and for some reason the name, I cannot apply it. So if you want to let me know if there's somebody else that has taken part before, let me know. But I just, I only can place Mirud right now in my brain. So that is very interesting. So they're going to be all back. I know that the juries will do their own thing, and you just don't know who they will pick. It's always like they're throwing darts at a wall, and then it has been working well. I mean, they keep qualifying for the past 3 years in a row, often just barely squeezing through, but it's enough to make it. So that is interesting. So Albania expected. Then Australia has a TBD for February the 26th. I assume again in national final, Australia decides. Yes. So that is exciting. And I'm not going to read through the whole thing, but I do see that 3 names have already been announced. Isaiah Firebrace. Ooh! Isaiah is back in the national final. He represented Australia with a very boring song in 2017. So this is his opportunity to redeem himself according to my taste. He did well. He came like on the 9th place, I think. Granted, jury's not hell about. But hey, I'm curious to see what he has in store, and hopefully he can also redeem, because he went a little viral, as you may remember, because his voice cracked so badly at Eurovision. It was bad. So it's Isaiah Firebrace featuring TBA. TBA, my favorite band of them all. That is really cool. Then Jaguar Johnson. Yes! Yes! They were probably my favorite, or one of my favorites a couple of years ago. So I am stoked. Yes, good news. So they'll give it another shot. Paulini, don't know who that is. So let me guess, one like The Voice or something like that. Who knows? But yeah, that is cool. So we got 3 names there already. Looking forward to some Australian interesting song selection. As always, at ESC Night in the chat if you want me to see it, because it's not easy to always catch everything. But I do see Green Oscar statement. If Australia sends Isaiah again, I apologize to you guys. I'll try my best to save you guys from that pain. Come on, Green Oscar. Maybe he has a really good song. His 2017 effort was meh, in my view, but hey. So Austria also has TBA December 21. I don't even bother reading through it. It's probably an internal selection. Yeah, when I click on it, it just takes me to the general page. So that is what Austria is doing. So nothing to look at it there. Croatia. Croatia has TBD in February, which I assume is Dora. Yes, Dora is right there. No artists yet. I'm just looking at the notes here. HRT opens a submission period. Unlike in 21, the winning song may no longer undergo a major revamp following a victory, with only minor modifications allowed with permission from the broadcaster. I like that idea. I hate when they put a song together that is barely a demo and then just change it afterwards. I'm like, I want to know the full product so I can judge it on its own merit. So I'm not against that rule. Green Oscar is saying Paulini was on Australian Idol in 2003. It's been a minute. She finished 4th, I think, behind Guy Sebastian. Well, Guy Sebastian did really well at Eurovision. Maybe she can return or like match that result. So yes, so I'm looking forward to Croatia. Granted, their Doras have not been as successful in terms of the song selection because they keep not qualifying, but I love Dora. I love it with all my heart. Czech Republic, December 16th. And you keep commenting at East United to those that I've gone through. Don't spoil the rest for me just yet. Czech Republic, December 16th. I assume it's again, what's it called? Czech Republic 22 or something. Yeah, Eurovision Song CZ 22. It's like that online thing. So the submission period has passed long on. Over 150 songs were received to be reviewed within by October 20th by a committee. And we get the artists and entries on December 6th. So not that far away. So I'll wait patiently for Czech Republic and see what they're going to present to us. So I assume it's, again, just a public vote. No, they had both, right? Jury and public. So so that's going to be interesting. You know what they say about Isaiah Firebrace. We'll never get past Isaiah, are we? And success at Eurovision, it don't come easy. Ain't that the truth, Sean? Ain't that the truth? Denmark, March 5th, 2022, without even clicking on it. We all know Dance Melody Grand Prix, one show, one evening. The songs will be given to us probably sometime February or something like that. Let's see how close I am. Für and Flamme, by the way, still one of my favorites now. In hindsight, love that song. The show will be televised. Competing entries. October 29th was the deadline, so they're in the selection process, and they will be announced February 22. Yeah, they're very predictable, which is not a bad thing per se. They just have their system put together, and I do hope the only thing I will add here for Denmark is that I hope that last year's result will not discourage them from sending songs in Danish. I thought it was one of the best efforts in many, many years. Screw the juries for really ruining the odds. But don't just look at great results, look at diversity, Denmark. You had a fantastic song in my view. Even those who didn't like it can at least appreciate the different approach that they had. So I am definitely rooting for you, Denmark. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you, Ray Mapper, for being a supporter at ESC United and for posting a question. How are you? I'm personally excited for May because ESC happens on time for my birthday, May 11th. Also, will you watch ASC? Yes, I will watch ASC, and I'm excited that your birthday I mean, May 11th, I think it's often the case that it falls around your birthday. My birthday usually often falls around Junior Eurovision because mine's in late November. And oh gosh, my birthday's coming up. So I hear you on that one, but that's kind of cool. So yeah, that is so Estonia. Eesti Laul. Ukusavista, I would assume, is going to sit out. But let's take a... Oh, wait. So there are 4 quarterfinals, 2 semis, and 1 final. Oh, my God. What? Huh? Okay. Okay, the national final consists of 7 shows, 4 quarterfinals, 2 semis, and a final. Holy smokes. I gotta look at this. So Eesti Laul will be the 14th edition, blah, 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 blah. The competition will consist of up to 40 entries. There are 400 people in Estonia. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, 2 semifinals leading to a 10-song final. All shows will be broadcast live on ET, da-da-da-da-da. And the host will be Tanel Padar and Ida Ines Eddy. Okay, so they represented Estonia in 2000 and 2001. Tanel Padar actually won. Wow. Okay, I'm a little confused. The format of the competition will include 4 quarterfinals on November 20. Wait, November. That's November 20th. That's tomorrow. Wow. They're the first ones. Albania, screw you. Oh, what? Tomorrow. So I'm sorry. I didn't expect that. So November 20th, 27th, 4th of December, and wow. So the quarterfinals are happening now, starting tomorrow. Then 2 semifinals. Oh, and that's going to be a gap. February 3rd and 5th, and then the final on the 12th. Hi, jelly. Tomorrow, the national final season starts with Eesti Laul. The songs of the first quarterfinal have been revealed, so we've got the first quarterfinal tomorrow. No, I wasn't mentally prepared for this. Okay, all right. So it's a 50-50 combination jury televote, and there's a list of the artists. Let me see if I recognize some. Momina, Evelyn, no. Jakub is back too. He had my favorite song a couple of years ago. So it's going to be hard to beat, but I'm curious to see what he's going to come up with. Glad. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, a little mess. I think they were in it before, right? Sounds awfully familiar. Pete Stig Rasta is back. Okay. So yeah, interesting. So I mean, he is like the name in Melody Festival. Eesti Laul. 6, 7. Why do you need so many songwriters? Like, too many chefs in the kitchen. David Lindgren, Victor Krona, and himself, part of it. Okay, curious what he's going to come up. And I really like Traffic, the band. Wait, wasn't Stig Rasta part of Traffic? Does he get to participate twice, or did he leave the band? So that is interesting. Okay. Fascinating. Okay, so I guess I'll be watching Eesti Laul tomorrow. There goes my plan of listening to Junior Eurovision, huh? Man, Estonia, you threw me a curveball there. So I didn't expect... I thought I'm going to come in here and be like, we're good. I'll catch up slowly, but no. Got to get going. So sorry, I spent too much time on this one. Someone's saying he's not performing with Traffic this time. Okay, thank you, Jasmine, for clarifying. Yellowfish is saying Stig Rasta has the best song by far, gives me Bono vibes. Well, Jelly, there's some bad news. And, love you long time. We all are allowed to have opinions. I cannot stand you two. Ugh, I don't like their music at all. So that's usually not a good thing for me. But yeah, so you're not selling this well for me. Lee Fern, by the way, thank you so much for the super chat. So good to have you back talking about Eurovision. Glad you're feeling better. Happy national final season. I know. I know. Thank you for your support. And yes, I cannot believe this is happening. Wow. Wow. So yeah, the Estonia thing just really threw me off, but let's focus. Let's get back on track. Finland is next, February the 26th. UMK, I would assume. And by the way, UMK, especially in hindsight, best national final of the year 2021. So I have high expectations again. I love the winning song, high up in my ranking this year. And I have high expectations. There were like 3 songs I adored, 3 or 4 songs I adored in the national final out of 6, I think. So, I mean, what are the odds? So, what a fantastic thing. So, there's not a whole lot of competing entries. Submit their songs. Submission peers would be da 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 da. At least one writer, lead singer has to be citizen. Yeah, 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 yeah. Panel of experts. Yeah, yada, yada, yeah. The final will be held. Okay. So, basically standard from what we know. So, very, very interesting. That's good. Jelly said, "Oh no, man, how can you not like you too?" Oh, it's too depressing for me. The music, it's just not my sound. Don't worry, it sounds very Swedish. Well, that's not always a good thing either. Oh, gosh, I'm just a whiner today. You too, Swedish sound. I'm kidding. I mean, there could be. I mean, there are a couple of U2 songs that I'm fine with. I like, Not, this is also just a very general kind of sentiment here, so it's all good, right? I could easily like it. Just like certain genres I just adore, I could hate a song, so nothing is for certain. Greece by December 2021. And I assume it's an internal selection since it says by. Internal selection, yes. So, open submission, yada, yada, yada. Artists are required to be signed. Record labels indicate accompanying artist group, blah, 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 I don't care all of that. Following the deadline, 25 artists were reported to have submitted a total of more than 40 entries. Okay. Including Konstantinos Christophorou. Wait. Oh, yes, I know. 96, 2002, and 2005 entered. I would assume that the broadcaster will consider him, unfortunately, which I hate, but it's a reality when internal selections happen, as too old. Because he's not that old. He's in his mid-40s, I would assume by now. Elias Kosas, love him. Send him. I don't care about the song. I met him. He was just amazing. Plus, I love the Greek song that year anyway. So, but I don't know. His song could suck this time around. Joanne, don't know. Winner of Voice Greece 7. So she's probably going to be selected because they'll love to go with that. Jimmy Sion, don't know him. And then singers, Amanda. I don't know all the other ones, I don't think. So, yeah. So I'm curious to find out who they are. A jury panel chair, have a number of late October and intended to proceed discuss with them the details. Okay. And then on November 17th, which was 2 days ago, they announced the 5 short. Oh, they're okay. Wait. They already announced the 5 shortlisted ones. Okay. Let's see who they are. Tenfjord. Don't know. Good job, Nikki. Is that the name of the band, I guess? Kosas. Is that Elias Kosas? He's still in the running. What? I don't know why I'm so happy. I don't know the song, but that's cool. Joanna Drigo. Is that the Joanne that I talked about? No, that's a different Joanna, right? And Louis. Okay, so I don't know anyone but Elias Kosas, so I'm pretty excited about that. Ryan Mapper is saying I read some news, and apparently we have over 300 entries, and a lot of them were rock related. Wonder what we have for the finals. I wonder why not so many songs are rock inspired. I don't just think people trying to copy Italy. I really think that a lot of rock bands always thought we can never do well at Eurovision because we're having a genre that doesn't do well. Now they've been proven wrong again. So let me go for that. So excited about Greece. Next up is Iceland. I assume it's the song by Kepnin is returning. Super excited. I'm glancing over the information here, and I don't see anything. It says selected in the same way as before. So after a year break, because the year was selected internally, we will get the old national final back, which is exciting. Ireland, January the 21st. Wait, I haven't clicked on it yet. Are we getting a national final? Ireland. Oh, that only takes me to the actual article. I don't know. Is Ireland having a national final or no? Why? They have an exact date, which leads me to believe they're due, but there's nothing on Wikipedia yet. Peeps in the chat, let me know at ESC United. Is Ireland doing a national final, or are they just going to announce the artist and they're going to have an internal selection, or what? Let me know. I need to know. Jelly tells me, yes, Ireland got a national final. I've been saying it. I'm excited. Is it going to be like what they did in the Late Show, like in the Jet Ward area and all of that stuff? Because that was pretty bad in terms of quality and setup. Hopefully they're going to put a little bit more effort into it. Okay, and Jesse Cooper says, yes, it's in the Late Show. Of course, from high to low, the emotional roller coaster I'm experiencing, Ireland, is just not fair. But yeah, but I'm still excited about a national final. So yeah, so it's at the Late Show like they've done in the past. Not the best, not what I would have suggested or recommended, but it's yeah. I'm still excited to have one. Israel by January. So Israel in the past have done this talent show thing where they select the singer, I think, and then at the very end they have either a song chosen internally or have a national final with a few songs to choose from. And when I click on it, it takes me to Israel X Factor 2000 season 4. I mean, and it was announced that the winner will represent Israel. So we already so it's already started in October, which makes sense, and it ends. So we'll have the singer by January. So it isn't really a national final because it probably just saying cover versions of songs, and I hate talent shows like that, so I'm not going to bother watching it. But I'm curious to see who will win. But by all means, at ESC United on Twitter, if there's a singer or an artist that you think they are the favorites, or you think they will win and represent Israel, send me that link so I can check them out. Okay. I don't have time to do it right now here in the chat, but send it to me on Twitter if you want, Matt ESC United. Now, I'm not a big fan of that selection process in general, but it has worked for them in the past, so who am I to complain, right? And Saul is updating me. The song will also be decided via X Factor. That's good. At least I have a few songs to choose from. That's all I'm asking for. And that's when I will start paying attention, because I don't like the talent show thing. I just no. Latvia, February 22. I'm hoping it's Supernova, and it is. Samantha Tina still sad she didn't do better, but the song just wasn't there. Hopefully she'll come back in the future. All entries are required to be a singer-songwriter is aged at least 16. Well, yeah, you have to be. That's the Eurovision rules. And a citizen of Latvia, with foreign writers allowed only if they contribute to 1/3 or less of the entry. So they're really focusing on a local talent. Thumbs up from me. Okay, only the song that's between 60 and 24 acts will be selected to take part in the competition. So more to come on that. Lee Fern is saying, I'm going to put a bet on UK getting 0 points again. I know I'm naughty, but hey, don't put that even out there into the universe, Lee. Don't put that out. And just, yes, UK may have received 0 points in total this year, but the UK still didn't receive 0 points from the televoters for 2 years in a row, like Germany. I mean, yes, Germany still managed to escape the bottom results both years, but still 2 years in a row, 0 points from the televote. That gotta hurt. So, I mean, yeah, UK and Germany, dang. But anyways, I digress. Malta, February the 22nd. So I don't know if they're going to do a national final or an internal selection. National final. Malta Eurovision. We got a good amount of national finals this time around, right? The competition will consist of a semifinal and a final in February. Both shows will be broadcast on the 22 songs, that's a lot for a small island like that, competing in the semifinal, where the top 16 entries will qualify to compete in the final. I always enjoyed the Maltese national final, even if the songs, the chosen often didn't really work. And it's very Maltese, though, and I enjoy it. So the song selection is still happening, so we don't know yet who will be chosen, all of that stuff. Um, Artists will be able to submit as many songs as they wish. However, can only compete with a maximum of one in the semi. Yeah, makes sense. Destiny will be unable to compete due to a rule that prevents the most recent entry from taking part in the competition. Yeah, I mean, it's always good to take a break, I guess, right? But yeah, so curious what Malta will come up with. I love their song in 21, so let's hope for the best. HCB is saying, as a Brit, it's weird knowing we literally can't do worse than last year. It is weird. I think it can only go up from there, right? You cannot go any lower, and that is a good thing. But I don't know what if they have anything in store. The UK, I'll get to that in a moment. We're going for the semifinalists first. Norway, I assume they're going to have that elaborate national final again. Yes, five semifinals and a final. I think they're going to have the semifinal thing, which it's unnecessary. As much as I love the winning song of that one, it just I don't like second chance rounds anyway because they're just a waste of time. Format, it seems very similar. A few changes to the format, particularly the voting system, which among other things might return to include an international jury vote. Okay, so yeah, but nothing like earth-shattering. So let's go and move on to Poland. January the 2nd. Is Poland having a national final again? Right? Now internal selection. Oh, bummer. But let's see. But they have a very specific date. Interesting for an internal selection to actually have a selection date for that. The Polish entry will be selected by an internal selection. Songwriters were able to submit songs until tomorrow, so I still have time. Okay. Announced that the winner of the selection will present no later than January the 2nd. Okay, so no later then. So it may even be earlier. There will be no competitor will be officially made known, and there's a selection process, 2 phases. Members of a panel will select 3 artists to qualify for the second round, and then the second. Okay, at least they have some sort of process in place. So, but their track record as of late, not the best, but they can bounce back. We've seen that over and over again. Portugal, March 22nd, Festival de Canção. I'm not going to bother reading through the whole thing. We know how it works. I do see some names already popping up there. 2 semifinals, 1 final. The broadcaster abolished the language restriction again. So the songs can be sung in English and Portuguese. We had an English song last year. 600 applications. So I always enjoy Festival de Canção. So I am really, really interested in that and see how that's going to pan out. San Marino, February the 19th. Are they having a national final again? San Marino broadcaster will organize a new national final. Una voce per San Marino, something like that. So they're going to do a national final again. Interesting. Now confirm their participation. New national final format to select the nation's entry. Yada yada yada. As part of the tourism events calendar introduced. That is a very interesting. The tourism events calendar. Hey, whatever works for them. The event will be held between December and 3 months. All competing artists will initially be divided into 2 categories: emerging and big. Wait, so it's everyone in the emerging and Valentina in big. How many big artists are there in San Marino? I know they're probably going to talk about Italian or other artists. I'm being silly here. But I don't know how they're going to do that. Emerging artists will be invited to attend an academy in the Teatro Titano in the city of San Marino. Dates as acting as a preliminary casting, and then a series of semifinals and a final will decide the 9 emerging acts that will move on to the grand final, with the top 3 also being awarded money. The first 4 members of the jury for this category announced, okay, whatever. Big artists, also 9, will be instead be directly invited to the final. Okay, so they're going to have a system in place. I think I somewhat understood this, but hey, and we have a lot of national finals this year. Since we had a lack last year, I guess they're making up for it. But the more the merrier. That's how I say. There is no such thing as too many national finals. If you cannot watch them all live, you can always watch them on replay. So that is cool. San Marino, there are in it after 2 qualifications in a row. They are certainly not an underdog anymore, huh? Very interesting. Serbia, February 22nd. I wonder if they're going to come back. Okay, it doesn't give me a link. It's just a general page. Peeps in the chat, Serbia, what are they doing? Are they going to do a national final or no? At ESC United in the chat, let me know. It only says TBD, February 22nd. There is no article telling me what is going on. So I need to know from you right here, right now. Because once again, I'm hoping for a national final. That's just my personal preference. Even if the internal selection may be a better option for them success-wise, I always opt for national finals. But yeah, nobody knows. Sweden, let me just, while you guys, if anybody knows, let me know in the chat. If not, I'm going to move on to Sweden in the meantime. I wonder what national final system they're using. Obviously, Melodifestivalen format. See if any changes here, but the audience, that's probably going to still be up in the air. The second chance round, traditionally held on the 5th night, will be replaced by an additional semifinal. All right. That I am super excited about. I always thought the second chance round was dumb anyways. So Sweden, nicely done. I'm very proud of you. The newly added semifinal, the 3rd and 4th place songs from each of the previous 4 semifinals will be placed into 2 groups with the 2 top songs. So it is a second chance round. Okay, you fooled me on that. So it's not additional songs. It's just the same songs. It's still a second chance round. You can call whatever you want. It is a second chance round. Okay, so I got all excited here. Never mind. But yeah, so it's basically the same, just the second chance round is a little bit different. So boo this boo. So Oscar Sia will be the host. Okay. And he was anticipated that he will be joined on stage by other personalities throughout the contest. Okay, so kind of what Christer Bjorkman has done last year. So he's like the main host, and then each show he gets a different host. Which reminds me, by the way, I forgot. Christer Bjorkman's last Melodifestivalen as the executive supervisor was last year, right? So that means we have a new one. I have no idea who that is. Who took over for Christer Bjorkman? Anyone in the chat knows? Please let me know at ESC United if anybody knows. So yeah, that is interesting. So so overall, it's with minor changes to the second chance round. It is somewhat the same here, which is fine. Competing entries, I talk about that. Let me see if any names are popping up. Aftenbladet is leaked some names. Clara Hammarström, not surprised. New breakthrough artist, I think. No, not break. She's been taking part a few times. I always mix up Clara Hammarström with Clara Klingenström. So this is Hammarström. She took part a couple of times with a best result last year. 2 women have taken over Melodifestivalen, and Mikael is saying, okay, they now split the responsibilities. That's very interesting. And the new producer for Melfest is Karin Gunnarsson. Okay. Don't know who she is, but good luck to her. Alvaro Estrella back again. Okay, no surprise. Robin Bengtsson trying his luck again. Liamo, also returning name. Remember him. Angelino Mackenhorn, I do not know that person, but he co-wrote Only Teardrops. Okay. Lance Hedman, don't know him. John Lundvik. Okay, he is back. Love the song, so good for him. Malo Pritz is back as well. Good for her. Kasi Opaya doesn't ring a bell. Medina doesn't ring a bell. Tenori, nope, no bell. Anna Bergendahl trying again. She wants to come back to Eurovision. I'm so thrilled after that really bad experience that she had after the first and only non-qualification for Sweden that she is part of this Melodifestivalen family. And Linda Bengtzing, queen of Melodifestivalen. She'll never win, but she's always there. That is so cool. So yeah, Sweden doing that. Let's go for real quick. Switzerland has a internal selection, I would assume. I'm not going to go for all of that. Yeah. to be released. Da 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 da. I mean, no surprise there. They've been doing well these past couple of years, ever leaving the national final system behind. Ukraine, Vitbeer. Yes, Vitbeer 2022. And there you have it. They stopped working with STB, so they're going to do their own thing. I wonder how that's going to impact that. I'm really curious about that. I bet you know Karin. She's always the green room in Sweden. Her hair is very recognizable. I have to look her up, but maybe then I know her. Stal was saying Serbia will have another national final, but it will be no Bejovica because the broadcaster had a follow with the Bejovica producer, and it will air on another channel with a non-ESC price. Thanks for that update, Stal. So we'll have a national final in Serbia, but not Bejovica. So more to come on that. But yeah, I'm super excited about Ukraine. Their music is always very interesting. Like Ukraine usually has like not as many exciting, they're like so odd, the songs in Vitbeer, but then they choose something so amazing and unique that you know, it gives them the reason why they're always qualified from the semis. Let's take a look here. Germany, so let's take a look at the direct qualifiers. We only have 5 this year because, you know, Italy won. March 22nd, I assume they're going to have an internal selection again because that's just, they don't learn from their mistakes. Now, maybe they do, but Germany in the contest, they will organize in that. Ooh. All right. I stand corrected. National final, March 22nd. Okay. I'm going to read this real quick. They confirmed the participation. Revealed national final will be organized in March. Involvement of various pop-focused radio channels forming part of the ARD Bayern 3. I don't care about that. The show has previously been titled Unser Lied für Turin, kind of what they've been doing, similar to the country's most recent selection formats. Submission show without any special requirements of genre, language, nationality. Okay, so there's a lot more information I'm going to have to read through here. So they're going to have a national final. All right. Good, Germany. I know you only went through national internal selections right now with one of them flopping. The other one we'll never know. But I'm all about national finals, so that's a pleasant surprise. That's a pleasant surprise. Italy, there's a lot of information there, so forgive me. I'm not going to go for that, but we all know it's going to be Sanremo. Technically not a national final, but, you know, that's usually how they play it. So that is exciting. If there's anything really specific that I need to know about this year's show, let me know, but I'm not going to read for all of that right now. And then Spain, I have no idea. It said January 22, Benidorm Fest? Benidorm. It's a song festival organized by Spain in collaboration with somebody to determine the country's entry. So they have a national final. The contest consists of 2 semifinals and a final, with the winner being chosen by the public and teams of judges. Okay, they are going all out. What? Spain. You're doing so well at junior. I hope there's going to be something similar. I am rooting for you. I'm rooting for you big time. Italy has shown us a Big 5 country can do well. Technically, Germany did as well a few times. But go for it. Don't ever give up. Give up. You have the talent. You have the music. So excited. So excited about that. So Chiara is saying, this year's Sanremo doesn't have a newcomer section, but the newcomers will perform on December 15th, and the 2 winners will join Sanremo, like in 2019. Thank you for that information. That's not a bad choice there. And ESC Veggie is saying, what do you think about the application from Ike Hüftgold and Eskimo Callby for Germany? So, my friend ESC Veggie, you're going to be very disappointed in me. I'm slightly disappointed in myself. Yes, I'm German. I was born, raised in Germany. Well, you know, I came over as I was fairly young. I was still a teenager. I don't know these acts. I don't know who they are. I'm so detached from German music market. I know the big ones, they were big 20 years ago. And some of the ones that really have a big status maybe, but I am as clueless about the German market as I am about the Estonian. That's how bad I am, and I'm terrible like that. I need to pay more attention. I don't know why I'm not doing it. I'm horrible. I shouldn't be doing this Eurovision thing anymore. But yeah, I need to learn about this a little bit more. I don't know who they are. That's my answer. Lee Fern, thanks again for your support. You really make my day. Will you be able? Will you be able? Will you be watching us? Oh, U.S. Us Song Contest. U.S. Song Contest in February. The winner is rumored to be performing at Eurovision in May. Well, yeah, of course I'm going to watch it. I'm going to follow on it and pay attention. I'm super excited, and it could be a shit show. It could be something great. I'm going in with reasonable slash borderline low expectations. And then I'll see, maybe they'll be able to surprise me. So that is my opinion. And someone said you missed France. Oh, I actually skipped over France. How could I? How? Oh, the reason why I skipped over France is because their field is blank. So anyone that has nothing filled out on Wikipedia, I skipped. So anything that I have missed, something that Wikipedia has not caught, let me know in the chat at ESC United so I know what is going on, whether it's France, UK, Romania, all the other countries that I did not talk about because there was no information provided. So at ESC United in the chat, inform me and I will react. I need to have some water. Veggie says, Ike Hüftgold is a Schlager singer based in Mallorca, and Eskimo Callboy is a metal dubstep band. So when I hear Schlager singer in Mallorca, I'm thinking of Ballermann music, right? So that's not my music, but maybe they can prove me wrong. I'm not opposed to some German Schlager if it's done nice, but the Ballermann music, usually not my thing. Eskimo metal dubstep, that sounds intriguing. So that I'm very excited about. France will use pre-selection again, like in 2021. I mean, based on the results this year, they would be fools not to go down that route again, right? So I am super exciting. Lithuania is keeping Parabom. Pabandom is now. So it's blank here, but I'm not too surprised about that. Again, they found the route that way, and I'm glad. Hopefully they're going to keep it in check a little, because there is that they're not always go too crazy with these 500 shows, but they have been doing a really good job kind of keeping it a little bit more organized and streamlined for that matter. So so this is what I've missed. So there are a lot of national finals from what I'm seeing here. That is super exciting. So I am stoked that things are happening. So we have so much going on. That we have Junior Eurovision coming up, then we have American Song Contest coming up, and then we have Eurovision coming up. Oh, if we have 3 shows a year, I'm golden. Plus, not counting all the national finals. I wish we had a show in the summer, but I understand why, because no big shows take place in the summer, because, that's where the downtime is happening, which I guess makes sense. But nevertheless, I'm excited. This is all good news. I am happy as a clam. Now, let's take a look at the other countries so Armenia, Montenegro, of course, are the 2 that I'm looking at. I'm hoping Montenegro does the national final as well as Armenia, but I don't think so. But yeah, so if there's anything else I'm missing, once again, at ESC United, UK, according to Saul Brown, is saying is announced a collaboration with Tap Music Management. Question is, does it mean they're going to do an internal selection or a national final? That is the big thing here. But hopefully we'll find out in the near future. I'm rooting for the UK. I'm rooting for everybody. I'm boring like that. So yeah, that is interesting. So I'm scrolling here through right now. That is the news that I'm caught up on. Anything national final, song selection, or anything Eurovision 22, American Song Contest, Junior Eurovision related, let me know in the chat at ES United. Anything, any questions, post them right now. It's for me now, as I pointed out, I will sit down and try to listen to I have to watch Junior tonight or today, because it's still only 11 o'clock here in the morning. I will try to get through some of them today, random. I will don't tell me the good songs and all of that stuff. Don't want to hear about it. I want to be, get my honest impression in there. So I will work on that over the next few days. And then I guess tomorrow I'm doing Istilal. Who would have thought? Sal Brown saying it will be an internal selection. Okay. Nah. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. I want to say UK go for a national final, but they haven't done well with it either. But at the same time, no, because they came last in 2019. But the national finals suck. Oh man, that's BBC just doesn't get Eurovision, and then they blame everybody else. So yeah. But yeah, we'll see. No national final in Montenegro. I mean, it's a small country. I get it. Slovenia has EMA as usual. Yeah, that's true. I skipped over Slovenia because, it was blank. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. I would assume Romania is doing a national final again. That's my hope. But maybe not. Maybe not. The Netherlands will do internal. Not North Macedonia will internal. Cyprus will do internal. I would assume Bulgaria will do internal. Azerbaijan, same thing. So yeah, everyone that I left out besides the one you guys just mentioned will probably be internal selections. So yeah. So that is just what I had for today. So thank you so much for working with me for all of this and keeping me up to speed. Usually it's the other way around where I'm trying to keep you all up to date. But starting today, I will stay on top of it. I'm gonna be there with y'all, so you're not gonna be ahead of me anymore. So don't get used to it. I still got to do some more reading, of course. There's a lot stuff going on. As Jesse Cooper pointed out, the Netherlands will be selecting internal again. They will never have a national final again, I don't think. Certainly not in the near future. It's funny to see Netherlands again as a semi-finalist because for 2 years they were like, I mean, granted it didn't happen in 2020. But they've been like, for a couple of years now, a direct qualifier. So it's like, wait, where are they? It's weird. I want to hear more mother tongue songs in 22. Michael, I agree with that. I like the idea of it. I will never support a language rule because I believe in creative freedom for the artists, and you cannot limit them. But at the same time, there are plenty of acts who don't speak English and sing in English. That I find silly. I want countries to sing in their native tongue, and I think 2021, more than any other year in recent past, has shown that. Look at the top 5 or 6, top 5, right? Winner, Italy. Guess what they sang? Italian. France sang in French. French. Again, French for Switzerland in 3rd place. Then Iceland, granted they sang in English, but fine. And then 5th place was Ukraine. Again, Ukrainian. So anyone who says you have to perform in English to do well, I show you the middle finger right now, but I am polite. I'm not going to do that. So this is the right moment to sing in a different language. Again, don't make it a thing, because you can make Denmark, they flop within that. Yeah, you can. Not all of them can do well. I get it, but you can do really well with the right song. Oh man. Let's see here some other questions, and make sure we're at ESC United so that I can see them. Hi Matt. Hi chat. Did I miss anything about Junior Eurovision? All I said, the book is Jay's book, Just Say book. That I haven't listened to the songs yet. I will do that after this live stream. I will sit down. I need to eat. I'm hungry. And then I will start listening to them. Don't spoil it for me. Don't spoil it. So that'll be my next process. I don't even know how many, although I can go to the article at least for Junior, right? Junior Eurovision 2021. I assume the numbers of participants has increased greatly. Now, 19. Okay, so how many did we have last year? Because of COVID, we had like 12, right? 11? Let me go back here. 12. We had 12 songs, so we're back to 19. That's a really good number. Who is returning? Albania, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Bulgaria, Ireland, Italy, North Macedonia, Portugal. And then, well, Belarus not returning. I wonder why. So yes, it looks like all the countries already have a song selected here. I see every country is filled out. So now I get to listen to them. I do like that. What I like about Junior, that they sing in their native tongue or a mix of both languages, of course. Again, I don't want that the adult version because creative freedom, artistic freedom, blah blah blah. But for Junior Vision, I get it. Because a lot of them, speak English. but not that well, you know. um, I support the song that I like more because it's English or mother tongue, but more mother tongue would be nice. Sarah, that's exactly what I mean. I encourage it, I support it, and I advertise for it, but I will never, ever uh, want to have a language rule again. I mean, Hooverphonic, them singing in French or whatever, that would be just not who they are. They're, it would be silly. Anyways, I get stuck on that part. Now, without telling me anything of what countries are good, Jay's book is saying this is a strong year for junior. I genuinely believe that 8 or 9 countries could win. So don't tell me which one the strong ones. But I just guessing right now. Usually Kazakhstan always has good music. We'll see if that's going to be panning out this time. Poland, a big contender to do well. I expect France. So France in junior. Again, if you're going to talk about a good song of a specific country, don't tell me. But I anticipate that France has another good song. For 3 years in a row, they've been my favorite junior country. They just encapsulated, and it's so well. They cultivated this environment like that is very junior Eurovision-esque without being like almost kitschy, right? It is fun and exactly what I want from junior Eurovision, music-wise, artistic-wise. So I think that is what they're good at. That cannot be my favorite every year, so maybe there won't be this year, but maybe there will be. I don't know. But I'm curious to find out. I see a couple of duets here. There is Denis Slava and Martin from Bulgaria. When was the last time Bulgaria took part? And Giovanna and Dunja in Serbia. So there are a few duets there. Ali Pan is saying, no spoilers. There are some nice songs for the junior this year. I reckon you'll enjoy checking them out. Okay, so what I will do when I'm done here, I'm going to throw all these songs into a big pot and then mix them up and then pick them randomly. And that's the way I'm going to listen to them. So there's no preference or, because I know what people reacting as. I'm not claiming all of them, but they pick the popular ones first to get the views. I don't care. I just want to make it fair. And I'm all about, a fair kind of setup. As you all know, I hate the producer-driven running order anyways, so I will not do that. When will you post the junior videos? Just so curious about your opinion. So I don't know. So I will record some of them today. I don't know how many I'll be able to go through, but I will probably record a handful, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to commit to that, but as many as possible. How about that? And then I will need to start editing them and get them uploaded. So I cannot commit maybe tomorrow, but maybe Sunday. I'll try to have them up the first few in like 4 to 8 hours, but don't hold me to it. I have a lot of free time this weekend. Fortunately, I kind of did that deliberately because I still want to have fun. I don't want to overdo it after what I went through. So later this evening, I've been playing video games, and then I will have social time with friends as well. But I do like my those who know me, I'm a little bit of a gamer, so I'm very much into Final Fantasy 14. Any Final Fantasy 14 people out there, let me know. I love playing that game. So that is what I will do tonight a little bit as well. But yeah, so I will definitely do the most I can within reasons. Is that a fair answer? Is that the politically correct thing to say? Then that's what I'll go with. So yeah, thank you everyone in the chat. By the way, you've been super kind, and it's such a great way to start my time back here at Eurovision. Usually I was planning on doing this for like an hour, this live stream. Now we're at 75 minutes already. Thank you for sticking around. RyMapper gaming channel went. Well, RyMapper, as a matter of fact, we already have a Twitch account, which I forgot, I think, to stream on today, actually, because we've been streaming on Twitch in Rotterdam. So I should start playing games on there as well, but I play on PlayStation. I can still do that, though. I have the PS5, so I don't play on laptop. So, but I could, same concept. So I could, I don't think that anybody wants to see. I've never been the person to watch people play games, so I don't see myself see people enjoying me playing games, and they're like, yeah, let's watch you. So so that is something I could do, I guess. How many times do you need to listen to a song before you make your mind up about it? Danny, that's a really interesting question. So here's the thing. I listened to a song once, and the my opinions don't change a whole lot. I get an overall opinion, and then it goes up maybe a little or down based on, oh, okay, actually I didn't get that at first. Now I do. And but it has never been like where like, oh my god, I love the song, or I hated the song and now I love it. That kind of thing never happens. So I usually have a really good feeling the first time I listen to it, and then that's it. Now if you talk about a revamp, different story, right? But if the song is what it is, I usually don't change my whole lot. Now there are times where I can absolutely enjoy a song on stage. Those who followed me over the years, especially last year, they know that I'm not a fan of the Italian song, Maneskin. I'm a fan of Maneskin, but I'm not a fan of the song. But watching it live was amazing. The same goes for Ukraine. The song was fine to me. I didn't listen to it in the studio version. I still don't. But it was live. It was like I couldn't get enough of it. So that can change. So there's a difference between like CD, if I call CD, like recorded versions appeal, and the ones that are the performance live. There is a big difference. So, have you seen Squid Game? Green Oscar is asking. No, I have not seen Squid Game. Everyone talks about it. I don't watch TV. There's barely one show that I'm not a big TV watcher. When I put on like the news just to kind of stay up on top of it, and there are a few shows that I watch. Like I watch The Handmaid's Tale when it's on, but that's about it. Then I watch. What else do I watch? I think that's it. Yeah, you will find probably no one who watches as little as I do on TV. Um, I've been watching now a little bit. There's some Apple TV stuff that I've been trying to watch. Like I started watching that show with Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston called The Morning Show. It's okay. I kind of like it. But I watched like one episode here and there. So I'm still only like 6 episodes into it, and I've been trying to watch it for months. That is my kind of thing. I just don't watch TV. Squid Game seems like a big hype around it. A lot of people like it, and I kind of know what it's about, but I should watch it sometime. But I just don't watch TV. And now that I'm busy with work, Eurovision, social life, I just don't have time. Okay, what is one Eurovision song that you changed your mind about years later? One for me is France 2009. I disliked it for years, and then all of a sudden I liked it. Let me think. Oh, there's one song that I initially didn't get, but I'm going back 30 years now. Israel 1991, Khan. I was always like, I don't know, this became such a Eurovision fan favorite. Didn't quite get it, and then I only listened to it once, and then I listened to it live. I'm like, oh, I get it now. So that's one song where I'm like, okay. I didn't pay close attention to it the first time, I think, and then I just kind of ignored it. But I've really grown fond of it. And then there are songs. There's a term in German called Schönhören, which means pretty hearing, meaning you listen to a song over and over again, and then you kind of get used to it, basically. So you just don't like it. Like Norway 1995, the instrumental song, people either love it or don't get it, right? I was more on the I don't get it spectrum, but I've heard it so many times that I'm kind of like, yeah, it's fine now to me, right? But I would never put it at the top of my list, if that makes any sense. So that is basically where I'm at. I'd love to see it because that'd be amazing, just like this channel is. Well, thank you first of all for the compliment, and I think we were talking about the video games, right? I'll look into that again. Right now I'm just so hooked to Final Fantasy that I am not playing anything else. And those who play MMOs, they get it because a new expansion is coming up soon. So I'm getting ready for that, making sure that I have everything in place, and then I can get really excited. Now the non-gamers are like, stop talking. Doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, I get it. But hey, we all have passions, right? So that's my other passion. I have more than that. I like a lot of things, I guess. So anyways, so this is just where we're at right now. I'm going to call this, yeah. I call this my reintroduction to Eurovision, my first Eurovision 2022 live stream. I hope it was not too weird, but next time around we'll have some guests on here and we talk specifics. This was really just for me to catch up, give you a situation update on my situation, just have a little bit more of a casual kind of setup. So thank you so much for watching. This was fun, and look out for my junior Eurovision videos, and I will definitely be back next weekend because we're gonna have this long weekend in America. It's Thanksgiving weekend. I'll be off. Yes, so excited. So I will also do Estilal tomorrow, and I'll see you all then. Okay, bye.